Hey, what's going on? Daniel here. Welcome back to another video, and this is the #1 channel, dare I say, for digital nomads and remote workers. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. In this video, just like always, I want to be talking about something really important in the world of remote work. That is the challenges that we face and how we can overcome them. There's a number of them, but before I dive into it, I want to thank Safety Wing for being a partner in bringing you this video, and more of Safety Wing will come later on in this video. But first, let's talk about the first challenge of remote work, which is balancing work and life, or otherwise known as work-life balance. Now, there's a very blurry line between work and life, especially as a digital nomad and remote worker, because we find it very difficult to disconnect when the time comes from work. We find ourselves responding to Slack messages, Microsoft Teams, and just responding to emails at odd hours when we're not even supposed to. But how can you make sure that you're not finding yourself going down this treacherous road of entangling your life with your work? The first thing you want to do is to start setting boundary between your life and your work. And how do you do that? Start by scheduling breaks between work. No more working for 6 hours on end without having to take breaks or without even knowing what you're working on per time. You can try to schedule breaks, say every 1 hour or every 30 minutes, whichever works for you. That way you're always tracking what you're working on per time. And if you need to get away from your computer to go do something, to go fix a personal problem, you can go do that without having that time encroach into your work time. Another thing you can also do to set boundaries is to create a dedicated workspace, either within your apartment, or you can join a co-working space, so that when you are in your dedicated workspace, you know this is the time to work. And when you're not there, you know that you're not working. And also, if you join a workspace, you know that if you leave your apartment, say at the start of the day, and you're in your workspace, you are working. And once you come back to your apartment, that is the time for you to do whatever it is you want to do, to catch up on a show, to be on your computer, just mess around, whatever it is you want to do. That is your time. And when it comes time to be outdoors, you want to make sure that you're doing stuff that really engages your mind and just takes your mind away from all of the work stuff that you have to do. You can go hiking, go bungee jumping, go on Facebook and find local digital nomad groups that you can join. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them for the different locations that you're in. Just go on Facebook, type in the city name plus digital nomad. I'm pretty sure you will find an active group. Make sure you're using them. Join WhatsApp groups, go on couch surfing and join hangouts. Those are the things that I've done personally, especially in recent times. That's allowed me to take my mind off work, because I fall into this rabbit hole of not being able to isolate myself from my work. So these are the things that you can do. And if you want to be outdoors doing all these activities, you need to make sure that you have a contingency plan. And that is where investing in good health insurance like Safety Wing comes into play. You don't want to be caught not prepared in an unforeseeable circumstance. Say you're out there, God forbid, and you get hurt while you're traveling. You're not in your home country. You need to make sure that you're properly insured. And Safety Wing is the #1 company that I recommend. They provide health insurance for digital nomads and remote working entrepreneurs. And it's just like signing up for Netflix. You can opt in, opt out month to month. It's just like having a subscription, and it's super affordable, and they've been trusted by thousands and thousands of people with really awesome reviews. I hope personally that you or I never have to use it, but when that time comes, if that event comes, which we can never predict, you want to make sure that you are properly supported by the company that cares about you and your interests. So that's why I recommend Safety Wing. Go check out the first link in the description and sign up for your health insurance today if you don't already have one, or maybe you're considering what company you want to go with. So first link in description, and big thanks to Safety Wing for being a trusted partner. Now let's go to the second challenge that we face, and that is maintaining discipline and structure. Now, there's a lot more people going into this remote work thing without knowing how the lifestyle truly works. If you are used to being in the office, you know that you have coworkers, you have bosses, and there's structure that basically just monitors your performance and makes sure that you're always doing what you're supposed to do in per time. But if you are working remotely, there is no discipline, there is no structure. People tend to follow their routine, and that is something that I find myself in time and time again. And how do you really come combat this, the first thing you can do is to set a schedule. Recently, I have found myself making sure that I have a to-do list for everything that I want to do in a day, even starting from the time that I wake up and the time that I drink my tea and film videos and edit videos and do client work and jump on team meetings. Before, I didn't have this kind of structure in my life, and I always see that I'm missing deadlines, and I have become so unreliable even to myself. So having a schedule, minimizing distractions, having a dedicated workspace where I can go and focus on work has been a game changer for me, and that is something that I recommend that you incorporate into your life. If you're just getting started on this remote work thing, it's going to be challenging, especially when there's so many things to do, when you're meeting new people every day, and you just want to make sure that you're not leaving behind your source of income, which is your job, and you're not finding yourself in some precarious situation where maybe you're losing clients and your boss is noticing that you're slacking off at work. That's not something that you want to happen. You want to make sure that you have a structured work day, you have designated workspaces, you have a to-do list that you can follow through on a day-to-day basis, and that's going to improve your chances a lot of being successful as a remote worker. Now, the third challenge is communication and collaboration. If you are like me, where you communicate and collaborate with teams across different time zones, this is a very, very serious subject, because it is easy to miss deadlines. It is easy to miss like team calls and things of that nature. So it's really important that you have tools in place that allows you to keep track of meetings, keep track of time zones, keep track of your work life, because most of the time you will be by yourself and nobody's going to be there to remind you. So one free tool you can use is your Google Calendar. Make sure you're using it. There's no reason why you should not be using it. Once you arrive at a new destination, make sure that you are setting your time zone to that location. This has happened to me so many times where I have a meeting scheduled. I arrived at my new destination in the middle of the night and I just forgot to change my time zone, and I completely missed that meeting, which is not a good look on me or a good look on anyone, to be honest. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your communication on point, responding to messages at the right time. And a tool that you want to use that I just recently discovered that allows you to stay organized is a tool called ProjectMate. ProjectMate allows you to be in the same workspace with other people from across the world, and while you are on that workspace, you can share your screen so they can keep you accountable. I'll leave the link somewhere on the screen. You can go check it out. It allows you to stay focused, stay collaborative, and make sure that you're also delivering on your deliverables. Now, the fourth challenge I want to talk about is loneliness and isolation. If you're planning to become a digital nomad or remote worker, this is something that you're going to face a lot. You are always changing locations, you're always going from country to country, and chances are a lot of people who you'll be meeting are also doing the same thing. They are maybe just traveling for a short term or for a medium term, not necessarily long term. So if you're meeting people, you will be making a lot of friends, but a lot of them will be gone in the shortest amount of time. So most of the time you will be by yourself. And I don't have a problem with being by myself, but a lot of people don't realize this as being an essential part of being a remote worker or a digital nomad. So you want to make sure that you're aware of this downside of being a digital nomad. It's not necessarily a downside, but it could be sometimes. Sometimes you just want to be around people, you want to socialize, make friends, and just share memories and moments with people. And that is not always the case. So make sure that you're always hanging out in social groups, go on Facebook groups, like I said, join local digital nomad groups, use apps like Couchsurfing. You find hangouts in there. And there hasn't been a place that I went to that I haven't found a hangout or people to hang out with. So make sure you're always using the social tools. And also, dating apps are perfect for that. Bumble has a BFF feature where you don't necessarily have to go on dates, but you can meet people who have the same interests as you. So make sure you're always using these things, and you'll be sure to find people who you resonate with and can spend time with, so you don't necessarily have to fall into that trap of isolation and loneliness. So these are some of the challenges that people find themselves in. If you've encountered any other challenge, let me know down in the comment section. I'd like to hear from you. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you found this video helpful, and also check out Safety Wing if you're looking for an affordable and efficient health insurance as you go about your travels. I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye.